So yes, there has been a lot of discussion about the technology issues with the online exams with the NCAs this year. And I think, these are unprecedented times for everyone. And I think everyone, institutions and individuals are trying their best to do what they can to best serve students in this and internationally trained lawyers in this case with offering options so that they don't have to miss out on a session completely. And if there are technical difficulties like there was with the August exams, or, the NCA is doing right by participants and offering another session in September. So it is certainly intimidating and frustrating, especially when there are delays and you've already prepared for a 3-hour exam, then you have to wait another hour, 2 or 3 hours, I've heard, to actually write the exam. So it's absolutely, it is frustrating and it's difficult. However, I think we have to do our best to be patient and understand that this is a very new technology. This is the first time that exams have been taken online with the NCAs, so there will be some glitches, and hopefully by the next round of exams they'll be smoother. In terms of how to prepare for those exams, I think you have to consider that an online exam in the comfort of your own home is still, you have to consider it the same as you would if you were taking an in-person exam. It's still as serious. You still have to be as organized, if not more organized, because you're using your own equipment to write the exam. So if you are organized and you are certain of your technology, that's the best way to begin. So making sure your materials are organized, your notes are organized, you know where to find things very quickly and easily. Making sure that your computer that you're using doesn't have a million tabs open, is not overloaded, it's charged, it's plugged in, and the best of your ability, that your internet connection is strong. I know in certain places that's not always up to you and it's out of your control, but to the extent that you can, ensure that you are in a place that has a strong internet connection with quality equipment to write the exams. And just like you would in a physical exam, you get your space on, as somebody once told me. So you have your snacks and your water and your materials, some scraps for notes, anything that you need to be comfortable and ready to write the actual exam. So those are my tips for online exam learning. Of course, there's so many things that are a bit out of our control. We have to be prepared for that. But those are the best ways, I think, to prepare for this new series of exams. I mean, it would be mighty frustrating when you sit down to an exam and think that you know what to expect and then something else to come out of left field. I think with the foundations, though, we have to consider it not as a purely substantive course and set of materials, but one that introduces substantive information, but also broader concepts and skills that we have to apply. So foundations, all of the exams are application exams, but foundations is application in a new sense. So, of course, I haven't seen the August exam for the foundations subject, but from what I've understood from other people who have taken it, it was not connected to the syllabus, and it included, people weren't sure where to even find the answers. And they said it was very, very different to the sample exam that was the NCA provided. I think I understand what the NCA was trying to do here, although I haven't seen the actual exam itself. And again, if you look at if you think of foundations as a broader conceptual course that is literally, as the name suggests, it introduces the foundations of Canadian law and the cornerstones of Canadian law, including the concepts we need to analyze cases and make decisions and draft responses for legal questions. If you think about it like that, and you look at the sample exam, there were some questions on the sample exam that you couldn't turn to sort of page 21 of your notes and find the answer to it. There was one question, for example, that was about the application of the concept of stare decisis. And it provided you with a completely new hypothetical situation, and you had to sort of go through and explain which case would be binding law based on the concept of stare decisis, which was discussed in the course and the materials for foundations. So if you think about it like that, you will likely be able to find the answer from your studies if you think about it a little bit more broadly. And I know I heard from somebody that, Aboriginal law wasn't on the foundation exams in August at all. And they were very shocked by that because Aboriginal law and foundations takes up a large part of the syllabus. So that's true. That would probably be a very large blind spot if you are writing these exams. But if you consider that, the sample exams, first of all, they're not set in stone. They can change all the time. And in any law course, if you were to do your JD or a master's program, there would always be some material that's not going to be covered because they just don't have time to. So if Aboriginal law doesn't show up, or say judicial review doesn't show up, don't fret. Just work with what you've got there and think about the concepts in a much broader, from a much broader perspective. And I think that you'll be able to work through the questions a little bit more easily. So a prep course, especially right now, when things are so uncertain, a prep course is going to make you feel more confident and more assured. It would in any situation, but especially right now when there are certain variables out of our control, and people aren't perhaps able to travel to where they would usually take the exams, or they're not able to come to Canada and do it there. Perhaps immigration has been slowed down. A prep course is going to make you feel more comfortable and more confident. And also, for this next session, they're all online as well, so they're easily accessible. But the courses that we're doing, just as I've just explained for foundations, the courses in our case, our courses are going to help you not just with the substantive law, but also the application of the law. We're going to go through exam techniques and how to approach an exam, how to break it down. Every session is going to have a practice question where you're going to have an opportunity to write a question or a portion of a question, and then get feedback on that and discuss a sample answer and what a good answer would be. So we're not just looking at the substantive law, 1, 2, 3, but how it applies and how we can use it in an exam situation.